Good fucking morning, goddammit. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, guys? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I just watched it's actually recently posted on YouTube, but it's a Rich Piana video. Sorry, put this on before I start moving again. Mounts. Okay, perfect. So watched a Rich Piana video this morning, which was just got posted recently. I don't know if he posted it in the past, or somebody else just got a hold of it and put it up on YouTube because it wasn't from his channel. But anyway, basically, what he said broke down Mike O'Hearn being on steroids. He basically says he thinks, and he's somebody that used a ton of steroids, and he's a pretty honest guy. He said that he doesn't think Mike O'Hearn is on steroids or growth hormone or anything. And I'm with him on the growth hormone 100%. He has no side effects of growth hormone whatsoever. And he actually broke it down pretty well and said he doesn't have any side effects of steroids at all. He has no gyno. He's never had gyno. He never looks bloated, like holding a lot of water, bloaty face, blurred abs, ever on the internet. And he's on the internet all the time. And if he was on high dosages of even testosterone, you get that bloated look in your face. And you can see that in your gym. Like, go look at guys that are open or even are not open, but it's pretty freaking obvious, and you'll see like their face will get bloated, their muscles will get blurred sometimes, just like slightly, because it has that little film of water over it. Even if you're taking an AI, even if you're doing everything right, you will still get that at some point. Now, what else? He has a full head of hair. If he's been taking a ton of steroids, hair loss is a side effect. Now, you can just not be pre-exposed to male pattern baldness. That is true. Now, everybody's kind of pre-exposed to it a little bit. Like, steroids will ultimately make your hairline recede. But some people just have really good genetics, and they are about that, and they will always have a full head of hair. So that one, I will go, yeah, okay, whatever. He has a valid point, but it's not, doesn't mean it's true for everyone. Now, let's move on to acne. Never has acne. His skin is perfect. A lot of people that, especially if he's been using as long as he has, or people say he has, his skin would look more messed up than it does. And when I say that, I don't mean like his skin's gonna look shitty or anything. And yes, there's stuff you can do to prevent acne, but like, your skin looks different when you're on steroids. And just go look around your gym. If you've been in the game long enough, you will see that there will be changes. Maybe not massive ones, but there will be minute changes. Like, your skin gets tougher. Also, another point I made up, Mike O'Hearn isn't crazy vascular. And I never even thought about this. Because, like, guys, if you're on any anabolics, your vascularity, your pumps in the gym are just out of this world. Like, everybody can pretty much vouch for that. You can go take a look, like, pick up a dumbbell. Some of these guys, and like, their veins are just like garden hoses. It's ridiculous. And Mike O'Hearn, I actually went and watched one of his videos afterwards, one of him training arms, and his veins aren't that prominent. And I never even thought about that as a point at all. His veins aren't that prominent at all. Like, yes, he's vascular, but not an unnatural amount of vascularity by any means whatsoever. Like, not even close. Which I thought was an interesting point that he brought up. I never even thought about that. Now, the only thing his size and his strength are ridiculous. They are out of this world, unbelievable. Now, could the guy just have ridiculously good genetics? One of those freaks, freak of nature. Because basically, Rich Piana said he knew this guy for years. If you go back to his videos, Instagram, anything, covers from years and years ago, he's more covers than anyone. He looks the same. He never gets bigger, never gets smaller. He doesn't really get stronger. So, the past 15 years, if you've been taking steroids, don't you think would have at least made some muscle gains, some size adjustments? I don't know. Now, that's what you would think. Now, here's the other argument. He started taking steroids when he was 16 years old. Here's the other side of the story. I'm saying what he said, which is actually very good points. Now, let's say he hypothetically started taking steroids at 16 years old, not crazy high dosages. Let's say he runs 500 milligrams of testosterone. He is a genetic freak. He was already 200 pounds, went up to 240, stayed on that the rest of his life, never changed the dose, never changed his cycle, makes himself look natural because he doesn't make gains. He's at his genetic limit. That's the other side of the story. Minimal side effects. Over 30 years of doing that, you probably figure out how to minimize the side effects. Probably figure out how to do that pretty well. So let's say he just stays on not very many drugs. I mean, I don't think the guy's taking a lot of drugs, period. But let's just say for what I more think, yeah, the guy was 220 pounds when he was 16. How many 16-year-olds are 220 pounds? First of all, I don't care who the hell you are. If you go on steroids at 16, you're not going to be 220 pounds. Like, I'm sorry, it's just, you have to be a genetic freak, and he is a genetic freak. It doesn't matter. If you look at that, to look the way that he does, be as strong as he is at his age, is mind-boggling. He has a world-class physique on minimal amounts of drugs. He's clearly not taking growth hormone, insulin, stuff like that. And that part I think is pretty obvious. Now, could he have just ran high? Could he just be running somewhere with some amount of testosterone and that's it? That's a possibility. Started taking testosterone when he was 14, 15 years old because all of his brothers were in the gym. They were all big guys. They were all powerlifters, all fighters, that kind of environment. Took 350 milligrams of test, like a normal first cycle. Slowly worked his way up. Let's say he stays on 400 milligrams of test year round. He just stays on that year round, never changes his dose, never changes anything. Makes himself look like he's naturally he's at his genetic limit. He'll never get bigger, never get stronger, because he never changes the dose. That's what I think is more realistic, and I think that Rich Piana says like he doesn't think that's the case. Let's be completely honest. Most of these guys you see with veins the size of garden houses are taking a hell of a lot more than a little bit of testosterone. So I think more realistically, he just stays on the same dose year round, and so that he can say that I'm not getting bigger, I'm not getting stronger, and it's because you haven't never changed your dose. So you're basically natural on steroids. So that's my take on it. That is my thoughts. Comment down below what you think. And yeah, so do I think Mike O'Hearn is natural? Hell no. Is it possible? Not really, but he could be a genetic freak. But my honest thoughts is that he's running moderate amount of testosterone or maybe some other compound year round, never changes the dose. That is what I honestly think is going on, and that's pretty much it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.